hasn't flown for a while, so about a month or so, so I was having a little difficulty getting her going. Okay, so we'll just wait for her to warm up a bit. It's actually not bad outside. It's actually, good lord, it's getting up to, that can't be right. Anyway, it says it's 18 degrees, but it's probably more like about 14 or 15. So we'll get her going, or taxi her over to the ramp area, and we'll get the run up done.
Welcome traffic, Charlie November departing runway 34, it'll be left turn out, and we'll be initially climbing to 4.5. Welcome traffic, Charlie November. Welcome traffic, Cherokee Charlie November airborne off 34, we're in the left turn, climbing to 4,500 initially. Welcome traffic, Charlie November. Welcome traffic, Fox Echo Hotel, that is 57 inbound, Welcome traffic, Charlie November will be southbound. We'll be departing on the left downwind for the 3-4. Welcome traffic, Charlie November. Originally, I had a baffle on the bottom of the aircraft, just below the cowling, which was basically my part of my winter kit, which I still had on. So I was getting some high, well, not very high, but high enough exhaust gas temperature. So it was starting to bother me a little bit. So I took that off. Obviously, we don't need it now. Temperatures are remaining well above zero. But yeah, we did have issues earlier where the temperatures when I was leaving would be still in the minus, so I kept it on. But yeah, maybe on my return trip from wherever I was coming, it would give me some higher exhaust gas temperatures. Anyway, it looks good now, and let me just, we got about another 1,000 feet to go here, and then we'll be at our cruise altitude. Oak traffic, Echo Hotel, put us over the town, we'll cross midfield, join the circuit.
Well, the mountains are starting to look pretty nice out there. Still a little bit of snow on it, as you can see.
Claresholm traffic, it's Cherokee Charlie November. We're just 5 nautical miles to the north, and we're on a gradual descent, just passing through 6,500 for an overhead arrival, Claresholm. Claresholm traffic, Charlie November.
Hi folks, we got back from Claresholm. It was rather bumpy on the way back, so I didn't do any filming on the way back because I had my hands full just flying the airplane. When I came overhead the airport, it was blowing pretty good, and it looked like when I flew overhead to check the windsock that it was pretty well down the runway. And as I was coming in, I noticed my ground speed was not exactly what it was supposed to be. It was kind of on the high side. Anyway, and then it turned out to be a crosswind, and then it was a tailwind, and then it was all over the place. So anyway, I landed about halfway down the runway, so you didn't want to see that. It was all right. Not a big deal. I landed, but not one of my better landings. So we had lunch with about 9 people, and one of them was had a hangar in Claresholm. Now, I hadn't met him before. I knew he just bought the hangar from the previous owner, and he has a few airplanes in there, but I didn't really know what he owned until we came back, and he pulled this airplane out, and I thought, geez, that airplane looks familiar. And so I went over and talked to him, and I said, yeah, this is the airplane. It was a Miranda. It was home built, and I knew the guy that built the airplane. He's passed away many years ago, but in any case, he built this airplane in his basement, and I think it took him about 15 years just to build it in the basement. And then I remember when it was moved from his basement to an airport in Tillsonburg in Ontario. Now, I got to know the owner of the airplane through a couple of friends of mine that owned the hangar where I was rebuilding or assisting in rebuilding my Piper Colt at that time. So we went to his home, and put the fuselage on a trailer along with the wings and everything else. But in order to get it out of his basement, he had to remove those cement blocks that were around his door from the basement that went into his garage, and he had to knock out, I don't know, about a foot of cement blocks just so that we could get the wings and the fuselage out to get the turn. Anyway, we took that aircraft to Tillsonburg, and while it was in Tillsonburg, he worked on it further, and he did a marvelous job on it. It's basically a wooden aircraft, and the woodwork on it was superb. Anyway, to make a long story short, he passed away, and his son flew it from Ontario. I presume it would have been Tillsonburg, to Hanna in Alberta, and that's the last I saw of it, or I heard of it, because I read an article that he wrote. I believe it was for a Copa magazine or some aviation magazine, and he wrote an article on the trip. And lo and behold, this has got to be, well, I can't recall when I had my Colt, but that was quite a few years ago. August 1993, when I started doing a rebuild on my Piper Colt, and that was in Tillsonburg. So I had a nice long chat with him, and he apparently had purchased it some years ago from the previous owner's son, and you know, this is now 2019, and that was in 1993. So you can see how many years ago this was. It's amazing how small this world really is, folks. You know, the aviation world, especially, where you start meeting people, and you basically have something in common with everybody you meet. So it was kind of interesting to meet this chap, and he's just in Claresholm, and that's where the airplane is. So it was interesting. Anyway, folks, I just thought I'd pass that on to you. The dog is laying out in front of the hangar out here now, and I haven't got the aircraft in yet. I just thought I'd pop into the office and pass this info on to you. So thanks for watching, folks, and if you are wanting to subscribe to my channel, tag along with CHET, just click on the subscribe button, and this little bell will also show up, and if you click on that bell as well, you will be advised as to when I upload my next vlog. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time. Bye for now.